We see change management being a major issue for many of us. Clearly, over the years, really driving change and affecting change amongst our people and our organisations is that sort of perennial challenge. But we've really achieved so much change over the last sort of 14 to 16 months. So I think we've learned a lot in terms of our ability of how we can really, if you like, rally ourselves, rally our employees, customers around sort of common challenges, objectives to drive the changes we need to make. If one thing the pandemic has taught us is when we have that sort of common challenge to overcome, if you like, we really can, I think, affect a lot of change within our organisations as well. We see this sort of absence of a prescribed digital culture and mindset coming up quite strongly as well. So within our organisations and amongst our people, we need to do a much better job, I think, enabling and empowering them to understand why we need to make some of these changes to processes, to systems, to tools, to really help us shift that sort of digital transformation needle within our organisations. And we often talk at Adapt that digital transformation for so many of us today really is a given. It's kind of just what we do. We think about this sort of concept of the new normal within this pandemic-affected world. Digital transformation really is the new normal of how we deliver services and capabilities within our organisations, but it needs to increasingly be about how we consistently execute on those transformation journeys and really think about what are the experiences we're trying to deliver for our employees and indeed our customers. We still see interdepartmental collaboration and communication as a major challenge within many of our organisations as well. So we have found that during the last 14 months we are collaborating very well, I think, within our own sort of cohorts of teams and groups, but it has been, I think, increasingly challenging to expand that collaboration and communication to wider parts of the organisation as well, particularly as we find ourselves in this very sort of remote and disparate environments many of our employees were sort of working within as well. And when we think about this lack of, the challenges around digital culture and mindset, and I'll touch on this a bit later as well, the levels of sort of digital maturity within our organisations, particularly at the leadership and board level, remains a key challenge for many Australian organisations. And that comes up pretty much very strongly across the CIO surveys we did earlier on this year and also for CFOs as well. That's kind of holding us back in terms of being able to deliver on some of those initiatives. And I think as a result, that's driving those challenges around budget to drive those transformational initiatives as well. If we can't really articulate effectively to the senior levels of the organisations why we need to embark on some of these digitisation strategies, getting the budget to do that will, of course, be increasingly challenging for us.